Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about makeup that I've been reaching for. I kind of did a similar vibe of a video a couple weeks ago, and it was the best everyday drugstore makeup. And basically in that video, I kind of wanted to update you guys on products from the drugstore that I was using that I personally feel like are the best at the drugstore. So I kind of wanted to take that same vibe and just kind of move it into more makeup that I've been reaching for. Not all of this is necessarily drugstore. There are a few affordable products, but I really just wanted to share with you guys the products that I've been reaching for a ton. I've been traveling a lot this month, and so every time I travel, I feel like I get a really good idea of what I reach for because I pack specific things and I end up using the same things over and over again. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I feel very chill, very casual. My husband went through his clothes yesterday and was giving away a bunch of stuff, and I snagged one of his old sweaters. So I'm very cozy. My hair's still damp from the shower. That's just the vibe today. I'm feeling very relaxed, okay? All I can see in the monitor is this Mount Vesuvius on my lip, but you know what? We're just gonna keep going. All right, I'm gonna start with complexion because usually when I'm doing a more simple eye look, I just go ahead and go straight into the face. And for primer, I really want to tell you guys about this primer that I've been really enjoying. This is the Farsali Liquid Glass Radiance Make Skin Serum with hyaluronic acid. This is beautiful. Recently, Farsali sent me a package full of a bunch of different primers and things like that, and this is the one that I have been using nonstop. I've been packing this like crazy. Look, I look like an Instagram girl. Okay, but truly, you guys, it is such a beautiful formula. I really like how it makes my skin look hydrated and glowy, but it never feels greasy, and especially underneath foundation, it doesn't make my foundation slip and slide around, but you get the effect of an extremely hydrating product. So I've been really enjoying this. I'm just gonna kind of press that into the skin, and hopefully you can see that on camera, but as I turn my face, you can see such a beautiful radiance and glow to the skin. I think it's amazing, and I like to use that when I'm doing glam makeup looks as well as more casual chill makeup looks. So for foundation, I kind of re-mentioned this in my latest favorites video. It's truly been a foundation that I've been reaching for over and over and over again as I travel and off camera. It's just such a convenient foundation, and it looks amazing all day long. I have super sensitive skin, so on days where I don't have to be trying out new foundations, I like to go back to the basics, and I like to stick with what I know works for me and what I know works well with my skin. That foundation is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Foundation Stick. This is a hydrating foundation stick, and it is so fabulous. I can't recommend it enough. It is so beautiful. The shade that I personally wear is Birch 1.5, and I will just draw a couple stripes on the face. That's about how much I usually do, and then I just go ahead and blend that out with a foundation brush. Every time I wear this foundation, I get tons of compliments on my skin, which is kind of crazy because I don't have the best skin ever. Obviously, it's improved like crazy over the past year or so, but every time someone's like, oh my gosh, your skin looks amazing, I always pay attention to what foundation I'm wearing, and recently it's been this. I've been mixing this in with a couple foundations as well, and that works really well for me too, but this is truly one of my favorites right now just for like a quick everyday makeup look. It's just reliable, you know? I love it. I'm just adding a little more coverage to the cheek area because I do have quite a bit of redness there. Oh, I forgot a sponge. Let me text my husband real quick. While I wait for that, I'm just gonna go ahead and blend out the rest of the foundation. Ah, we have a sponge and it's stained, but that's okay. It's a clean sponge. I'm just gonna go ahead and go over everything with the sponge just to get rid of any brush marks. Honestly, I don't get that many brush marks with this. I've talked about this so many times on my channel. This is one of my favorite foundation brushes. It's from Tarte. It's the Smoothie Blending Brush, and I will have that link down below if you guys are looking for a new one. But just with those two products, the primer and the foundation, I feel like my skin still looks like skin, but it looks so healthy, doesn't it? I love those two products so much. All right, for concealer, it's kind of funny because when I first tried out this concealer, I did not like it. And then like a month or so ago, I tried them again, and I've been reaching for them quite a bit. It's the Nabla Close-Up Concealers. I've been kind of going back and forth between a few different concealers. I really love the L'Oreal one that I talked about in that drugstore video that I was mentioning earlier. I love my Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion still, so those are also some concealer staples, but I really have been reaching for these over the past few weeks. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the shade Light Ivory underneath the eyes, and I'm just gonna do some dots like that, and then I'm gonna use Ivory over any blemishes that need a little more help, which is this guy and maybe that guy. I don't mind if there's like a little bit of redness showing. I feel like that looks more realistic anyway. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and take my sponge and just pat out that concealer over top of the blemishes first, and then we will blend out the eye area. Let's see if this blemish will stay concealed. Kinda. Oh my gosh, you guys, we have finally been home. We've been traveling so much this past month just for family things, and it has been so nice to just be home. Sometimes in the summer, it's really fun to travel, but sometimes in the summer, it's really fun to stay home. Am I the only one that's like that? Because I have thoroughly enjoyed just being here, getting back into my normal routine, and it's just been so nice to not worry about going anywhere anytime soon. Like, this is the first week that I was able to get back on my normal meal prep and plan routine that I do with my Walmart grocery pickup, which I know I've mentioned that in a past video. Was it my favorites video? I can't remember, but Walmart grocery pickup, oh man, it changed my life. I love it. And I know so many of you guys do too. After I mentioned it in that one video, I got so many comments from you guys saying that you love it as well. So it was fun to get on my Walmart grocery pickup routine. It's been fun to cook every night. I just love being home. I kind of go in phases because I'm not like a super homebody where I never want to travel ever. I love traveling as well. But right now I'm so content just staying here. Like literally staying at home all day too. I love it. That blemish. It's a no-go today. All right, I'm just gonna make sure that the concealer under the eyes is nice and blended. And I'm gonna go ahead and set that with the concealer that I can't stop using. I've talked about it so many times recently, but it's the Glossier Wowder. I truly love this stuff. It just works for me. I love how it looks on the skin. It's not too heavy. It's just good. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the under eye area and then the eyelids. And I also take this brush and kind of tap it over the T-zone. But then I always take a bigger brush. And I lost the brush that I normally, just kidding, found it. I found the brush that I lost and I'm gonna use that. And I'm just gonna go ahead and set the rest of the face with this, just to make sure everything is nice and locked in. I'm gonna show you guys later how I like to conceal blemishes like this. Actually, I should probably do it right now. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go grab another foundation and then I'll show you how to conceal this and then we'll move on with the rest of the tutorial. All right, so I'm back. I like to use my Bare Minerals Original Powder and I like to make sure that I'm using a shade that matches my skin tone. So this is the shade Fairly Light 03 and I'm just gonna take it on this buffing brush and I'm gonna start to kind of press that into the blemish and then buff it. And obviously since it's more of a raised blemish, you're still gonna be able to see where it is, but the redness is way less. I'm actually gonna do a little here too. There you go. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Glossier Wowder and just kind of pack that on top. Not only to set it, but to also get rid of a little bit of that radiance because the original powder, I don't own the matte one. I've actually never tried the matte version of this. That would probably be better for blemish concealing. Sorry, they're landscaping right outside my window anyway. But I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of press that over top and you'll see how that kind of took down some of that radiance. But it's way less red. It looks a lot better in my opinion. All right, for bronzer, I have been reaching for this non-stop. This is not a new product to me by any means, but I kind of stopped using it for a minute because I bought like a bajillion bronzers and this one just kind of sat on the sidelines. And this month when I traveled, I reached for it and I can't put it down again. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bronze up the skin with this. I love this bronzer. It's such a good one and done like contour and sculpt slash bronze product. And I really do feel like it has a blurring effect. Oh no. Speaking of blurring, hang on. Before I go too far with this bronzer, I wanted to share with you guys a new powder that I've purchased. This is definitely a newer product to me, but I've been using it every day since I got it. And it is this right here. It's the Jouer Soft Focus Hydrate and Set Powder. I have mine in the shade Fair, and this is not like a setting powder as much as it is a finishing powder. If you've been with me for a while, you'll know how much I love a good finishing powder. After I set my foundation and concealer with a loose powder, sometimes you just kind of want a little bit more of that radiance put back in the skin. And this has been amazing. So I'm just gonna take the same powder brush that I used and I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of dust this in the center of the face. I'm gonna do one side of the face first. I really don't know if you're gonna be able to see what I see on camera. I'm gonna go ahead and blend it on the cheeks too. We can put more bronzer on in a second. So you really don't need that much, but I feel like it makes such a difference. I'm not sure how well you can see this on camera, but it just truly blurs the skin. I absolutely love this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing to this side of the face. Obviously this is an extra step. It's not super necessary if you are running late or you're short on time, but it is an extra step that I feel like makes a huge difference. And so that's why I keep reaching for it because I really can see a difference when I use this. There we go. All right, now that we're blurred, we're gonna go ahead and pick up the bronzer again and just go ahead and warm up the complexion a little bit more. And I always like to remember to bring the bronzer down the neck It just kind of helps bring everything together. And then I'm going to take the brush that we were just using and I'm just going to go ahead and buff over all the bronzer so it's nice and blended in. Let's do the brows really quick. The brow product that I can't stop using is the Glossier Brow Flick. It is so wonderful. It stays all day on my brows and I just love the overall effect that it gives. So I like to go ahead and just fill in the brows with hair-like strokes, and I usually work from the end of the brow inward. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in both of my brows. Alright, the brows are nice and filled in. Now I'm just going to take an eyeshadow brush and I'm going to dip into that same Thrive Cosmetics bronzer. And I just want to put a little bit of bronzer through the crease. We're doing a really simple eye look, so I always like to have some sort of definition in the eye, even if we are doing something simple. As far as eyeshadow palettes go, I don't know if there's like one that I've been reaching for. I've kind of been hopping quite a bit, so that's why I'm not going to like show you an eyeshadow palette in this look, but I will share with you an eye look that I created this month that I'm absolutely in love with. And it is so easy. So I'm just taking that same bronzer and I'm running it across the lower lash line as well. Alright, so next I'm going to go ahead and go into my Bodyography glitter pigment. This is in the shade Halo. The Bodyography glitter pigments are truly something that I reach for all the time. The shade Sparkler is definitely like my #1 pick, but I've also been absolutely obsessed with Halo, which is this pretty silver color. So on the 4th of July, this is the exact eye look that I did and I loved it. So I'm just going to take some of this on my finger and just kind of pat this onto the lid. Under the right lighting, this is so stunning. It sparkles underneath my studio lights, but like in the sunshine, it's beautiful. I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing on this eye. That's literally it. And then the mascara that I've been reaching for a ton, and I'm actually so surprised that I've been reaching for this as much as I have been. It's the ColourPop BFF Volumizing Mascara, but this is the blue one. This is in the shade Blue Ya Mind. I used this in a tutorial a couple weeks ago, and on the 4th of July, this was the eye look that I did. I did put on a red lipstick. I'm not going to do that today because, you know, that was very festive for the 4th of July. But I did want to show you guys this eye look because blue mascara is actually way more wearable than you might think. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this to the top and bottom lashes. And this is like a bright blue mascara. So if you wanted to try a blue mascara but you didn't want to go this bright, I feel like I've found blue mascaras that aren't this intense, but at the same time it's seriously so fun. In the other video where I used this, I just used it on the lower lashes and it just added a fun pop of color. So if you wanted to do that, you definitely could. Obviously you can recreate this look with just a normal mascara, but I have just been so into it. Also, if you're wanting to branch out and try a colored mascara, you could always try a brown mascara, or I also love the L'Oreal Burgundy one. I don't know if I have it up here, but I will have that one linked down below. The burgundy is definitely a more wearable color, and you won't really be able to tell that it's burgundy unless you're right in direct sunlight. But it's just kind of a fun way to switch up your makeup routine. Is that not the most fun? I think it's such a fun way to play up the eyes. And I understand that this might not be for everybody. And if it's not for you, just use a normal mascara, but I think it's fun. I don't know. I've really been loving a good blue mascara every once in a while. I'm gonna try to dust off some, I think I need to let that mascara mark dry before I dust it off. So while we wait for that, we'll go ahead and do highlighter and blush. You know, I was thinking about highlighters that I reach for, and I was really trying to pick one that I haven't mentioned in a while on my channel, but then the reality is I use this every day, and I know I've talked about it so much and you're probably sick of it, but I'm gonna use it again because this is truly what I use. It's the Honest Beauty Luminizing Glow Powder in the shade Midnight Reflection. This is my favorite highlighter. I have so many that I like, but this one I just love. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that to the high points of the face. And I love to build this up because you really can get an intense glow. You just have to kind of build it up a little bit more, but it never looks too shiny. It's never sparkly. It is so beautiful. I'm also gonna bring it on the front of the cheeks and also down the center of the nose, Cupid's bow. I'm being careful not to highlight that blemish though. All right, I really like how glowy we look. So for blush, I've been reaching for 2 different kinds of blush. I've been loving the ColourPop blushes that Kathleen Lights created, specifically these 2 shades. I think this is I Need Space, and I can't remember the name of this one, but I will have it down below. I put them in pans and the names are on the back, so I would have to pop these out, and I don't know how unless I have like a little pin, so I will just have it listed down below. Or I've also been just so in love with, and I know I've mentioned this too, but I'm still loving the Burt's Bees blushes, and Shy Pink especially. I feel like with blue mascara, it just works. So I might layer a couple of these because I've just been loving both of them so much. Let's do this one. I'm pretty sure this is called I Need Space. Don't quote me on that. I think it is. And I'm just gonna use this on kind of like the mid parts of the cheeks, moving backwards. And the thing I like about this is it has a little bit of a radiance to it, which just adds a nice glow and healthy looking finish to the skin. So there's that. And then let's take just a tad bit of the Burt's Bees pink blush, and I'm gonna add that more on like the apples of the cheeks. So just slightly higher than where we just applied the other blush. A little bit across the nose. And I'm actually gonna take that brush with a little bit of blush and just kind of pat it right here, just to tie everything together. I always love to take my powder brush and kind of blend out like the front of the cheeks right here. Yes, I love that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off any foundation that's on the lips. Oh, you know what I forgot to bring down here? I've been loving the MAC Subculture lip liner. That's not a new product to me, but I've just been using it on a daily basis. So it's in my purse right now, but I will have that link down below if you're just looking for a really good pinky nude lip liner. I will sometimes just use that as lipstick, but I've also been absolutely loving this gloss from Persona. From the moment I tried it, I have kept this in my purse as well. This is just the pink gloss from Persona, and I felt like the pink would be kind of pretty with the blue mascara. Like I said, on the 4th of July, I wore red lipstick with this, and it actually looked kind of cool. I thought that it would be too much, but it actually worked. So today we're doing a more toned down version of that by using a pink lip. So in my attempt to brush off the mascara mark, I brushed off quite a bit of glitter. So I'm just adding a little more. I always love to take the highlighter that I've used, and I like to take it on a smaller brush, and I like to apply it in the inner corner of the eye, as well as right under the brow. All right, we're gonna step back, assess the situation, add more bronzer, as always, and maybe some more blush? I don't know, we'll see. I just always like to make sure my complexion looks nice and healthy, and sometimes for some reason when you apply blush and lipstick, you step back to assess the situation and things don't quite look as balanced anymore. That's why I always wait to set my face, and I step back and I assess the situation just to make sure that everything looks nice and balanced before we lock it in. I'm just taking the brush that we were using with highlighter, and I'm just adding a little bit more to the cheeks. So I've been really loving 2 setting sprays. This is another one that I've talked about so many times, but I wanted to kind of re-mention it because I truly am still using it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and spray this all over the face. Oh, this smells so good. I'm gonna take my handy fan and kind of press down any powders. And then you guys know I love the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. That's like probably my top favorite from Urban Decay, but I've been using this and it kind of was an accident. I just had it sitting here and I had forgotten my all-nighter setting spray in my makeup bag. So I've been using this instead. This is the Urban Decay Chill Setting Spray, and it's a little bit more hydrating, but I still feel like it makes my makeup last a super long time, so I've been using this a ton. I'm gonna spritz that all over the skin. I will say if I know I'm gonna be like outside, I still will reach for the Urban Decay All Nighter, just because it's like such a go-to and it's just so reliable, you know? But on more of an everyday basis, I've been really liking the chill one. Just so you know, I'm still also using the Ciate Dewy Sticks in the shade Glow. I either use a sponge or sometimes I'll just take my finger and kind of press this glow right on the very high points of the cheeks. I've literally used this every single day since I bought it. It's just so good. I like to take it and put it right here as well, just for a little added glow. Yes. This combo is like my favorite natural looking highlighting combo ever. I love it. We've got to set the brows. I'm going to go ahead and use my clear Glossier Boy Brow. That's what I've been reaching for when I use the Brow Flick. I really do feel like they make a good pair, as I expected, since they were kind of designed for each other and they were designed to be used together, you know? I'm just going to take the blush brush and I'm going to take what's left on it and just kind of add a little more pink to the cheeks. I feel like blush is the first thing to disappear, so I always like to add a little bit more than what I think I would need, you know? There we go. I feel like that kind of balanced things out a bit. Alright you guys, so that completes this video all about products that I have been reaching for. I hope you enjoyed this style of video. I feel like there's always so many new launches and I review a lot of new products here on my channel. And so I love to do videos where I kind of just update you guys on the products that I'm using, and a lot of them are products that I've talked about for a really long time. But that's real life. It's more realistic that way. I don't try a setting spray once and love it and then move on to the next one. Like, I keep using it, and I know that's how everyone else is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of a video. Let me know in the comments down below if you did, because I would love to make this and also the drugstore version of this more of a series on my channel if you guys want to see more. So that's it from me today. I want to know in the comments below what you have been loving. It does not have to be a new product. Let me know what you've been enjoying for the whole summer. Leave that in the comments down below. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie, and I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays when I upload, click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. I hope you guys have an amazing day wherever you are. I'm gonna go make some tacos now because I'm home and I'm cooking again. So I'm excited about that, and I will see you all in my next video. Love you. Bye.